Oh, hello everyone. Welcome back. It is the first week of December. I can't believe it. Bear with me. I am very tired today. I'm very tired. Not tired enough to give up on tarot today, but yeah, I'm kind of not low energy as in like I'm sad I can't do tarot, but I'm just like, you know, when your anxiety is so bad that it takes things out of you. Yeah. I'm having really bad anxiety today and I don't really know why. So I think it's my hormone levels kind of like adjusting and stuff like this. So if I'm a little off today, I don't know. I get my labs tomorrow to see if the left side of my thyroid is gone crazy. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know what? Before I even start, let me do an alarm for myself because I'm not gonna remember to set an alarm for I forgot that I had my labs until just now. Okay, anyway, let's get into it. We are doing Enhypen today. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know anything. You guys know me in the younger groups. I don't know anything about Enhypen. What I do know is that their music is fucking fire. I have a lot of Enhypen songs saved on many playlists. Their music is super good. I don't know anything about them personally, so I'm so sorry. Yeah, okay, I do believe that their fandom is a little bit intense. Maybe I'm mixing them up with somebody else. Who knows? Okay, anyway, I don't think anyone had any specific questions for Enhypen either. I had a couple of people ask me to do this group. I don't think there was any, yeah, no specific questions, just what's going on. Okay, so let's see what the vibe is with Enhypen today. Oh. Guys, I don't know what, oh my God. I don't know what to tell you guys. Is it a reading with Alex if we're not talking about someone wanting to leave the company or a parasocial relationship? No, it's not. Apparently, I've been tasked with that as a tarot reader, and I'm not going to complain about it, but I'm not making it up. Okay, so it was End City week last week, and we talked a lot about parasocial relationships. We talked a lot about people wanting to leave allegedly. Everything in this video is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I'm telling you, K-pop is gonna look very different in the next decade, and there's gonna be a lot of idols who are gonna come out and start yelling at fans and start really standing up for themselves. I'm very serious about it. I'm serious. So for those of you who are a little bit too parasocial, we're gonna need to reel it back in and get it together. We have the Page of Swords, which is social media, Four of Wands reverse, which can be moving, Six of Swords is moving on, and the Eight of Cups is walking away. You have so many cards here that talk about leaving, okay? Okay? I need everyone to get that through their head. Any Enhypen fans, you guys want to like chime in the comments if you've like suspected anyone leaving, or again, I'm not an expert on this group. I don't know the ins and outs of what's going on with them. I don't know their drama. So if you guys, I think the last scandal that I remember with Enhypen was when they did the dance with the female dancers, and then people sent protest trucks to their company because which I was like, that cannot be real. That's not real. Am I dreaming this right now? This can't be real. I thought that was ridiculous, and I felt really bad for them. So overall, we have the Seven of Swords. That was a long time ago. Seven of Swords reversed and the King of Swords reversed. This is narcissism. Bam. This is someone who's being sneaky but openly. And then the King of Swords reverse is my card as a reader. That's narcissism. This is someone who's really mean. They use their words to get their way and to manipulate people into like doing whatever it is that they want them to do, right? The King of Swords is someone who is very smart. He's very smart. He can also be someone who's older. I always kind of see him as the professor. So when he's in the reverse, he knows exactly what to say to get what he wants, and he takes advantage of the fact that he may have more knowledge on certain subjects to get what he wants, right? When I see the King of Hello? When I see the King of Swords reverse, I always see the professor from Legally Blonde, you know, who like tries to hit on Elle. Am I aging myself? It's a good movie. You guys should go watch it. Can you tell me more about the vibe for yeah. Wow. It's a lot of gossip. That's a lot of gossip. Jackpot. All for the money. This is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Again, I don't know anything about Enhypen. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my god, they're such assholes behind the scenes. I don't, oh, excuse me. I haven't seen them interact with each other. I don't watch their content or anything. I know they're very, very cute. I do know that. And their music is fire. Can I say something? And I feel like this for every group, but it's really coming up for Enhypen pretty strong. Even stronger than it did for Cordis. Cordis was a little bit different. Enhypen really doesn't like a good chunk of their fandom. Like, they do not like them, allegedly. And you don't need to worry about it if you're not trying to control their every move. You don't need to worry about it if you have empathy. You don't need to worry about it if you're not asking them to bend over backwards for you. You don't need to worry about it if you're not stalking them, okay? So it's not, you know, the normal fans who are buying the music and going to the shows and buying the light sticks and going to the fan meetings and just having a good time. It's not you guys. There is a small portion of the fandom here that they cannot fucking stand. Wait, there was an Enhypen member. I talked about this in a video essay that I did. Who was it? There was an Enhypen member that I think was attacked in his stairwell. Was that Enhypen? I'm pretty sure it was. Okay. I did a video essay on disposability culture in K-pop a while ago. That was a while ago. It was a very long time ago. Months and months ago. I think that was Enhypen because I definitely used that as an example. And I think it was a member of Enhypen that... Was it? I think it was a member of Enhypen that, like, there was a sasaeng that tried to break into his apartment, right? Like, tried to push their way into his apartment. Okay, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm going to look that up afterwards because, you know, I don't mind being corrected. So please correct me if I'm wrong. Go check out my video essay on disposability culture in K-pop. Okay. Maybe I'll link that. Okay. So kissing ass, no facts, all vibes, no receipts, talking nonsense, messy storyteller, and talking shit. Gossip behind your back, spreading lies, smiling to your face. So I'm getting a lot from these three. To me, it looks like these guys are having to cater to a certain group of, I mean, they're having to cater to everyone, right? But there's a certain group that they have to like work very, very hard to like be nice to. It's very difficult for them. Who is slamming doors? Jesus Christ. But they have to work really, really hard to like, not even just like be nice, just like not like go like, okay, the image that I'm getting is like being at a fan meeting and one of them just like sees someone who's caused them a lot of trouble and it takes everything in their body to not be like, oh God, you again. They talk a lot of shit about these people, like a lot of shit. And it's funny because I think that the people they talk shit about probably think that they're so special and that they have some sort of like special connection with these guys. No, they fucking don't. No, they don't. They actually hate you. They hate you, allegedly. Okay, so I think these are all connected to the parasocialness. Let's pull more on this like moving and walking away energy, because I feel like we're missing something. Like we have the parasocialness and then we have walking away. There's something missing here in the middle. And then we have like this weird narcissism going on here at the top. So I feel like we're missing something. We need like a bridge of some sort. Like we've gone from point A to point B, but I don't remember the trip. I drove home, but I don't remember if every light was green. Okay. Tell me about this walking away energy, please. Ooh, not happy. Oh, there's the Seven of Swords reversed again. Okay. What company is Enhypen under? Are they under Hype? I don't remember. Ace of Cups reversed, King of Cups, Three of Swords reversed. This is a lot of heartbreak, you guys. Page of Pentacles. Someone here is very broken. Very, very, very broken. Could also be the system too, like the system is broken. Overall, we have the Seven of Swords. It's funny, this is coming out in the overall again. Seven of Swords reversed in the world. Oh my God, these documentaries are gonna be crazy. We're gonna get some crazy I say this in every single video. Oh my God, the documentaries we're gonna get on the K-pop industry are gonna be so fucking wild. It's gonna be like surprising and not surprising at the same time. But dude, this is a confession, and the world is like, I'm kind of seeing it as like telling the world it's a new beginning. It's a rebirth, but we have to knock everything down before that happens, right? We need to like clear some shit out. We need to sweep, we need to mop, etc. This is insecurity, like not being able to fill up your own cup, like having to rely on other people for your happiness. The King of Cups is that emotional stability that I believe that they're all looking for. I also think it's the emotional support that they have for each other. I don't know the relationships between these guys. I don't know if any of us could ever truly know the relationships between these guys, right? Because we don't know them personally, but I'm sure that they do have a strong love for each other. At least like a respect for each other, unless one of them's like a piece of shit. But like, you know what I mean? There's that bond, I think, that you get from being with people like this 24/7 and having to train together, etc. There's a very, very deep emotional bond between them, and I like that is here. I think that that's a really good foundation for them when something stressful happens for them. The Three of Swords reverse is recovering from heartbreak, and the Page of Pentacles is a very teeny tiny small opportunity. I would say allegedly that Enhypen is planning for their future. And you know what? I feel like they're planning more for their future, more so than a lot of other groups. It's interesting because I feel like what I got from NCT last week was a lot of them want to leave, but they feel trapped. And I'm sure that these guys probably feel the same way. But I feel like they're more prepared than the NCT guys. And I that's alleged. That's just how I feel, and I could be totally fucking wrong, right? I could be totally wrong. So, but I don't know. The energy, the vibe is that these guys feel more prepared. There's more planning involved here. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like there's some people behind the scenes that are helping them. Maybe there's just more connections. Maybe their what the fuck? Their company has more connections or something. I don't know, or just different connections that are more helpful. But I feel like there's people behind the scenes here who are trying to set Enhypen up for the future, for when they maybe don't want to be doing all this anymore, right? When they finally get to like be normal human beings for a little bit. There's a really big confession coming from these guys, though. It's really big. It's really, really big. Could be one, it could be all of them. I don't know. But the bridge, how did we get here, right? So that's why I pulled it. I think they feel very broken to me. They feel very broken, and I feel, I'm not saying that they hate themselves, they want to die. You know, I'm not gonna put that energy out there. I'm not saying that they don't know what to do and that they're these like little tiny babies that need to be coddled. I don't think so, but I think that they've been broken down, and I think that they're just like, okay, it's time to start preparing for a way out. Maybe it won't happen for another few years, but I think they're starting to prepare themselves for life after this, which is, it's kind of sad when you think about it, because it's like, I think they had a couple of really great years and they're already tired, you know? So if you guys have any insight on like how the company treats them, please let me know. Oh, 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 and there it is, child services. Yeah, this card comes up for me when we're talking about the inner child, or something happening to them, or something happening to whoever I'm pulling on. It happened to them as a child. Bad habits card came out a lot for the NCT boys. Girl fight. Threatening. Okay. A lot of the same cards from What's the Tea. There are like so many cards in here that I have just like never pulled for any K-pop group. I feel like they all get the same fucking cards. It's just so insane. Like, what's a card in here that I've never pulled? Okay, it doesn't matter. Why am I doing this? Okay, child services, bad habits, and girl fight. They've been trained since they were kids to kind of like cater to other people, which I think is true for all K-pop idols, men and women. But it's weird. It's this weird insecurity that connects to the Ace of Cups in the reverse, right? This, again, this is like having to be emotionally dependent on other people to fill you up. That's kind of like being a kid. So you haven't really developed that emotional regulation yet, and you haven't developed a full sense of like how to take care of yourself emotionally and physically. And it's weird. I don't want to say that there's members that haven't matured past 14. I don't think that that's true. But I think that when they get triggered by that specific group in the fandom, it takes them back to when they were kids. And I think they feel very unsafe. I think that's what I'm really trying to get at. They feel really unsafe. The bad habits card, I'm not going to come on here and say that Enhypen are a bunch of drug addicts. I'm not going to do that. But it is an indication that something is out of control and it needs to be contained, because if you don't contain it, it's just going to get worse, right? Drugs and denial, repeating mistakes, can't break the loop. It's like they're waking up in the same, it's like Groundhog's Day. They're like waking up in the same nightmare every day. Girl fight, jealous vibes, arguments, physical fight. I I think that they've all experienced a lot of violence. Again, I'm pretty sure Enhypen is the group that has had a lot of like sasaengs try to break in, which that's happened to like many different idols. I remember that happened to Heichen of NCT. I think a couple years ago, some girl tried to break into his family home, which is like fucking insane. It's insane no matter who it happens to, even if you're not famous, right? But I think Enhypen has had like one too many instances of like people trying to break into their homes and like being attacked, like physically attacked. So it's weird. It's weird. There's a violence problem in their fandom. There's a violence problem. I always set the intention to only reveal things that the idols would want the public to know. So I'm just confused as to how people got so violent. It kind of makes me wonder if there's other things that have happened that haven't made the news. Allegedly. Because to me, this feels like they feel really unsafe. Allegedly. So let's talk about that Seven of Swords, because I feel like that's... Yeah, it's weird. I'm getting a more violent energy than I have from any other group. I'm not saying that the other groups haven't experienced violence. I'm sure a lot of them have. I'm sure. But I actually talked about that too. I talked about sasaengs like physically attacking people in the disposability culture video in K-pop. Yeah. Oh my god, I cannot talk. Disposability culture in K-pop video. I told you, I'm kind of off today. Okay. Just mixing up my words. Okay. Can you tell me more about the Seven of Swords, please? What do I want to say? What do I want to not say? I know this is probably frustrating for some of you guys. I've done this a couple of times. Sometimes I see things that I don't want to say out loud just because, one, I don't want to get sued, and two, it's a really big thing to say, and like I could be wrong, right? So if you're a reader and you see it, I don't know, guys. I just feel like they've been put into some really like, I don't think they're being protected. I'm not gonna sit here and say I think that they were like SA'd or anything. Could be. I don't know. I don't want to make that assumption. That's a lot. That's a really big accusation, right? But what I am saying is that they're not, they have some fans that are very specifically like sexually obsessed with them, and it doesn't feel safe to me. It feels very sex related. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not, again, I don't know what these guys do behind the scenes. They could be secretly married with 5 kids. I don't know. I don't know if they're hooking up with anybody. It doesn't really matter. But what I am seeing is that there's a specific group of people in the fandom here who are like weirdly sexually obsessed with them. It's very odd, and I'm really sorry if that like makes anyone uncomfortable to hear. I'm really getting that from the Ace of Wands. Can you tell me more about this? And the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is an energy of cock blocking. Yeah, I'm telling you guys. not me kicking my shit. Okay. The Two of Cups is someone who thinks that, oh, I'm your soulmate. I'm your soulmate. These guys have, allegedly, they've been blackmailed. Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you can say this for every idol, but I wouldn't be surprised if they've had like intimacy issues in the past. I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about like physical and emotional intimacy. I wouldn't be surprised if that's been like a topic of discussion within this group, because I'm so sorry to like be uncomfortable like this, but I'm getting like a weird sexual obsession from like a very specific group of fans, and it's made them very uncomfortable. So I don't really know exactly what that means. So again, if like you guys know what I'm talking about, or if that resonates, please tell me in the comments like what you guys know. I love to be educated on this stuff. I love to be in the loop. Let me know. Cock blocking to me feels like they have a really hard time. Like if they are dating, they have a really hard time connecting, because there's so many layers there of like, can I trust you? Can I trust you? Can I trust you? Right? Which is, that makes me sad. I mean, these are guys in their 20s, right? This makes me sad. So this is alleged. I could be totally fucking wrong. Screenshot, caught in 4K, saving receipts, facts over feelings, and into you. I do feel like they've been blackmailed a couple times, even if these guys weren't dating anyone. Oh look, bottom of the deck is travel. Yeah, they've been like horrendously stalked. It's weird. From screenshot, I'm getting like they have pictures of them. I'm not saying that they have nude pictures or anything like that. I'm not gonna go that far. But it's weird. It's kind of giving like, I took a picture of you sitting on your couch watching TV through your window. It's kind of giving that. I'm not gonna lie. If Enhypen was sitting in front of me, I would tell them that if they haven't upped their security already, if they can, they should. Because there's a couple of fans here that are like weird. They're weird. They're weird, and they're into weird shit. And I know that that's, again, I know that that's like a really like, it's a really like gross thing to say, and it's very uncomfortable, but that's what I see, and I don't want to lie about it. And I haven't really picked up on this kind of situation for any of the other groups. I'm sure it exists for the other groups too, but it's weird. It's very prominent for Enhypen. It's very odd. I just feel like, I'm sorry, I didn't finish my thought about the into you and the into you card and the screenshot. I just feel like if they've tried to date, I just see them being like really paranoid. Like, like are you one of them? It's like they have war flashbacks. Okay, Two of Cups and the Fool coming out as a challenge. Some of the people who are doing this too are a lot younger than them, which I think makes this even weirder for them. Because it's like, how do you tell maybe a teenager to like fuck off? Like, obviously you can, but how do you tell like a weird, or even someone in like their super early 20s, maybe 18, 19, 20, like how do you tell someone like that, like how do you communicate that? I don't know. It's much easier to tell like someone in their 30s like, ew, you're being disgusting, you're fucking weird. But how do you tell a kid that? Right? Or someone who's like very, very, very young, 18, 19, 20. I consider that very, very young. Yes, you're still technically an adult, but like, I don't know, like mentally I still feel like you're a kid. So doesn't mean you shouldn't be held accountable, but like, let's be real. The Fool coming out as a challenge is like risky behavior. It's weird. It's weird. It's like they expect Enhypen to be promiscuous, but they don't want them to be sleeping with anyone. It's like a weird, it's so fucking weird. I'm sorry guys, this reading is weird. I'm sorry. If Enhypen was sitting in front of me, I would tell them that, like, these if they ever discover who they are, they need to be like banned from everything. They cannot go to the concerts, they can't go to the fan meetings, restraining orders, everything. They're weird, dude. They're weird. I'm so sorry. I know this is a weird reading. I'm very uncomfortable. Okay, Ace of Wands and the Strength. So all that kind of like sexual energy is coming from the Ace of Wands, and then we have the Strength, which is, I'm sorry, I'm like really uncomfortable. The Strength is like energy and having the strength to get through something. Overall, we have the Nine of Wands reverse and the King of Pentacles reverse. It's just weird because I feel like no one's doing anything about it. This is laziness, someone who's being lazy, someone who's in charge being lazy, someone who has control. This is King of Pentacles is someone with money. And then the Nine of Wands reverse is not wanting to fight for something. So allegedly, I don't think that they're being as protected as they could be. It's weird, dude. It's a weird vibe. It's not a lot of people who give off that vibe. It's like a couple of girls in particular. Could be guys too, sorry. Should say fans. We have Leo and Aquarius there. Yeah, Aquarius is kind of out there. It's kind of an out there vibe. And Leo is like, give me attention, give me attention, give me attention. Yeah, they have some weirdos. They have some weirdos stalking them. And it's kind of weird because they're either on the younger side or they're not mentally mature. Does that make sense? So if they are older, it's like they act like a teenager. And that, like, I said the word promiscuous. You know how teenagers kind of have that, or teenage boys in particular have that assumption that they're just like, that they just like want to sleep with everyone that they look at. It's weird. It's like those people have that vibe about them. But then it's weird because like you turn around and you don't want the Enhypen boys to be sleeping with anyone or be in relationships. It's such a weird dynamic. I don't, like, I feel nauseous. Like, they're weird, dude. Yeah. Bro, okay. What do you guys want me to do? What do you want me to do? I told you. Stalker, spiritual hater, kissing ass. What do you want me to do? Magic glowing up, thinks your magic is fake, low vibes only. They're dangerous. They're very dangerous. Listen, allegedly. If Enhypen was sitting in front of me, I would tell them they have some very, very dangerous sasaengs who are... I would feel like they're already aware of them. But there's like a couple in particular that their next move, I think they're planning something, allegedly. Hold on. Let's stop it in its tracks. Hopefully this doesn't happen, right? Or if they are planning something, hopefully it doesn't happen. I have 2 cards for what they're planning. That's illegal shit. Bottom of the deck. Justice, reverse. That's illegal shit. It's top of the deck. 3. Guys. 2 of Cups reverse is like a breakup or breaking away from something. It's also kind of like soul crushing. It feels like losing your soulmate. The World is like a new beginning. if Enhypen were sitting in front of me and they were aware of like who these people are, I would tell them, lock your doors, put in some extra locks, get yourself some blackout curtains, maybe move. Like, I know that's a lot. I was talking about this last week with NCD, what the fuck? NCT. You guys, can I just, talking shit, I'm probably gonna say this in every fucking reading. My conspiracy theory, my own opinion after all of these tarot readings that I've done, is that there is a paid sasaeng network, allegedly. These companies, I believe, I don't know which companies in particular, but some of them are paying these fucking sasaengs. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna stick to it. And I know I'm an Aquarius, and I say crazy shit, and I say shit that a lot of people don't want to fucking listen to. But I'm telling you, give me a couple of years, and this reading, we'll come back to it. And I'm telling you, there is a paid sasaeng network. Some of these people are being fucking paid to do crazy shit to get these idols in line. Okay, boss daddy, I hate saying that, it's so cheesy, it's so corny. Stable, rich business owner, CEO, okay, with a big dick energy. There is someone, it could be a manager, it could be the CEO, I don't know. But there's a big wig in charge, okay, that has some pull or a lot of control over these guys, over this group. Well, we have karmic friends. You can't fully trust them. So in order to get these guys to do certain things or comply, allegedly, I do believe that they use sasaengs to try to kind of like scare them into complying, basically, right? Because I think if it's just your company being like, don't do that, right? It's kind of scary, but you can find a way to sneak around and get away with everything. You pay a couple of people to be stalkers and attack you in a stairwell and break into your home, and I'm not saying that sasaeng was paid to attack him. I'm not saying that, but I take that back. I didn't mean to say it like that. But I do believe that a lot of these sasaengs are paid to scare the fuck out of them. Would these companies go as far to pay them to attack them? Hopefully fucking not. Hopefully not. I didn't mean to say it like that, so I apologize for that. Bad reputation, though. Bad reputation is coming out because, again, it's that vibe of like trying to keep them in line. I think some of them are being paid. Not all of them. Some of them are just fucking freaks, naturally, with no money involved. But some of them are being paid. And if Enhypen was sitting in front of me, I would tell them, lawyer up and join that idol union. You know what's weird is like, I get the vibe that not everybody like high up in the companies knows about this. You know how with like the Epstein files, it's like everyone at the top is connected, but some people who were at the events with Epstein, you know, at charity dinners or whatever, had no idea who the fuck this man was. And for the longest time, none of us knew who he was, right? And I'm not trying to make excuses for anyone, you know, who went to Epstein Island and like supposedly didn't do anything. I'm not trying to do that. But it's like sometimes you really don't know what people are doing behind the scenes. And I just get the sense that there are a lot of employees and a lot of managers and a lot of maybe even people higher up that don't know, like really know what kind of practices are going on behind the scenes. It reminds me, okay, I say this too because I was raised by a small business accountant, okay? I have gone my whole life. My mom basically, I call my mom the Olivia Pope of small business accounting. She's basically built her career off of being hired to go into companies and like clean up their books for them and everything. Obviously Olivia Pope did some, you know, she did some shady shit, but my mom did not do shady. You can't really be shady in accounting. You can't really, I mean, you can, but you get caught eventually because it's like, you can't. Anyway, but the amount of times that I heard about, you know, the CEO or someone high up doing like making the worst financial decisions ever. And like so many people were just not aware. And it's just kind of like, how did I not know any of this, right? What's coming next? I didn't expect this reading to be this long. I always say that, and then they always end up being like 45 minutes long. What's coming next for these guys? I'll talk about something positive at least. Oh my God, there's the devil. I can't, you guys. Suffering and silence, conflict and defeat. Now, some of these cards came out reversed. This deck says like there's no reversal definitions for this deck, but they say take note of it. I do think it's gonna get better. How can suffering and silence, conflict and defeat, temptation? What's the advice here? Solar plexus, fertility, 333. My advice for them is very spiritual. Wisdom. 555 is significant for them. There's a tower moment coming for Enhypen. It's a good tower though. It needs to happen. So I'm not trying to scare them or anybody. Let me read the definition of the solar plexus card. I did this in another reading and I can't remember which one it was. Okay, the solar plexus chakra is located between the navel area, just below the rib cage. It represents power, vitality, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. The energy center where your emotions and feelings are recorded. This chakra is associated with clairsentience, inner feeling, which is a major psychic reception area. To balance this, you may want to try yoga, dance, movement, or breath work with color. In addition, be aware of people who drain your energy. Workshops and classes that focus on empowerment will help you and harmonize with this area. Who is slamming doors? I'm not an expert on the chakras, so I try to like not pretend like I know what I'm talking about. With those, 333 is a very spiritual card. Very, very, very spiritual. For me, it means that my guides and my ancestors are trying to like talk to me and guide me somewhere. And I want to say that they are very protected spiritually, but they're gonna have to put in a little bit more effort to protect themselves physically. I do feel like there's a weird incident coming up with Enhypen. Maybe over the next year or two, we may hear about it, we may not. So I think a lot of things in K-pop and in Hollywood in general get swept under the rug. So it's possible we may not hear about it, and you may think I'm a freak for putting this reading out there. But if it helps, then I'm gonna put it out there. I don't give a fuck. This is the Empress card, mothering energy. It's really important that they give each other support and that they try to handle everything as calmly as possible. I'm not saying that they can't get angry. That's actually a very feminine thing to do, right? That dark feminine energy, you kind of tap into the I'm sick of this shit. So it's not that they can't get angry, but try your best to stay level-headed. Try your best to stay level-headed and remember who the real enemy is. And I do think, allegedly, that there are a couple of people being paid to sway them to do something. I don't know what that is, but be aware that someone is being paid, and put protections in place so that you don't have to encounter this, right? None of this has to come true. None of this has to come true. You can get ahead of it. That's the beautiful thing about tarot. It's like you can kind of be warned about some shit, and you can dodge it a little bit and take a different path. So I think these guys are gonna be fine. I think they're gonna be okay. We're gonna get a gnarly documentary on them. Specifically, there is a couple of sasaengs who have like a weird sexual connection, fantasy, delusional fantasy with them. I don't like it. I'm a sex positive person, but I don't like this because it feels forceful, and I don't fucking like that. So, okay. That's what I have for you guys. Again, I'm really sorry that that was such an uncomfortable reading, but I don't want to lie to you about what I'm getting. And yeah, if this resonated, or if you guys want to chime in the comments, please let me know what you guys think. I love you guys so much, and yeah. Okay, what a weird. Okay, bye.